For as long as I can remember, I've been a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! I would always typically watch the anime whenever the show was on, and I would be hooked. Like, I remember distinctively watching GX, 5Ds, and many years later, I found out about Zexal. And the first episode of Zexal that I got to watch was the second part of the duel between Yuma and Kite, which was Kite's debut. And from there, I watched the anime in full as it aired. Slash, I found out that there was a Japanese version, and that's how I came to learn that Japan was a thing, and how I came to learn that the thing that I loved initially came from Japan, and it wasn't butchered by 4Kids. So I stayed up to date with Zexal as much as I could and watched Zexal, and I haven't watched it since. I really do need to rewatch it, even though it's one of my least favorite series for Yu-Gi-Oh! And many years later, like I'm talking at the very least 2 to 3 years ago, maybe even more, I sat down and watched both GX and 5Ds in their original sub because 4Kids cut out a lot of shit from both GX and 5Ds. GX, an entire arc got cut, whereas 5Ds, a whole bunch of shit got cut. How Jack Atlas got Red Nova Dragon, one of the duels in the World Racing Grand Prix, and then the final arc of 5Ds. So, I haven't been up to date with anything English related for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Anytime I watch anything Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime related, I prefer sub overall. So, I recently watched Reigns. I picked up on it finally, and I finished that. I haven't done Sevens yet, and to be honest, Sevens or Go Rush, and to be honest, I don't plan on doing that. But anyway, you're not here for that. You're here to hear me gush about my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype. I do play the card game occasionally, on and off. But there's always been one deck that has been near and dear, close to my heart, for years. Now, even though Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Season, none of the decks are my favorite, per se. Like, I love Synchron, right? I haven't used modern day Synchron, unfortunately, and I haven't used any modern day decks from the Synchro era. So, with that big hint, allow me to show you my old deck, kind of. This was a list way before any proper Elemental Hero support came out, and during the time of Elemental Hero Stratos' ban. This was Omni Hero, specifically using Elemental Hero monsters that required a hero, or more specifically an Elemental Hero, and an element. And the Masked Hero guys. All of them. At the time of release, anyway. Minus Vapor. But this is what I could presume was my deck back in the day. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what the hell Harpy Queen and Aquarium Lisa are doing there. They're just there to be fusion fodder / material for Absolute Zero and Great Tornado. And Power Giant is there, which is a synchro card, because Jack Atlas uses it, because he has this neat effect of you can special summon this card from your hand by sending a level 4 or lower monster from your hand to the graveyard. If you do decrease this card's level by the level of that monster, we don't care about that effect. We only care about the discard effect. And the card you would typically summon with him is Shadow Mist, or send with him. Because with Shadow Mist, if this card is sent to the graveyard, whether it's from the hand, from the field, or the deck, you can add a hero monster from your deck to your hand except itself. And I thought that was really cool synergy, so I put Power Giant into my deck. Not only that, but Power Giant is an Earth monster, so I can make Gaia very easily. And with Mask Change 2, which is a card that no one plays these days, I can also freely make Diane. So that's cool. However, this isn't my current hero list. This is my old hero list, way before Vision Hero support came out, way before, Hero made it big, way before Stratos was taken off the ban list. No. My new hero list looks a little something like this. This is my new modern day take on Hero. There is another iteration of my hero deck, but obviously newer cards came out and I wanted to make a brand new list from scratch. So this is what I ended up on. And I love the deck to pieces. I have been thinking about taking out 2 mask changes and a super poly and putting in a different hand trap entirely. But this is my hero deck going forward until we get, well, as you can see, it says MD hero. This is my Master Duel hero deck list. As you can see here, I very badly wanted to make hero and Master Duel, so this is what I ended up coming up with. 2 Skullmeister right there because I didn't have a better hand trap, / I didn't have, I didn't have a better hand trap I could use. But yeah, this is my deck in Master Duel for hero. Now, I'm sure plenty of you are going to be curious, why the hell are you not playing Hero Lives? Why the hell are you not playing Fusion Destiny? Why the hell are you playing 3 Polymerization? And why the hell are you only playing 1 Increase? And I'm glad you asked those questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. So, a Hero Lives, unfortunately, with the way Yu-Gi-Oh's ruling is, paying for cost cannot be negated. You have to pay for cost. But when you pay for cost and you get to use the effect is what gets negated. So if I activate a Hero Lives and pay half my life points, which is traditionally going to be 4,000 life points, and that effect gets negated to special summon an elemental hero monster onto the field, I just paid half my life points, and they're all gone. I can never get them back because there's no life recovery effect in this deck. And I am not going to be playing a card where it's very easy for players to deal 4,000 damage to me with just 1 monster. Fuck that noise. Fusion Destiny is not in this deck because it limits you and locks you into Dark Hero specifically, or Dark Warrior, and as you can see, I'm playing many elements in my extra deck, and I don't give a shit if I can use it last, I'm not playing it. Not to mention, I can still make Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer by using Polymerization last. Because with this deck, with Wonder Driver on the field, I can reset Polymerization from my graveyard onto my spell and trap zone, and then activate Polymerization to fuse into Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. So that's really, really cool. Granted, I could also hard make it if I have Polymerization in my hand to begin with. But anyway. This is the current iteration of the hero list currently in Master Duel because we do not have the newer hero support. Though, to be honest, I don't know what I would change with this deck, aside from obviously taking out 2 mask changes and a super poly. Because the extra deck is very tight. I might take out a Nova Master and a Blast. I shall see. But aside from that, this deck is very good. There is only 1 Garnet in the deck, and that's Increase. Technically 2 in Neos, but Neos doesn't really matter because I would just need to not make Infernal Divisor, but I probably still would just to have another name in the graveyard. But Increase is the only Garnet in the deck, which is why my deck is 42, to decrease that odd. I think having 2 Increase is stupid. I get why you play 2 Increase, I do. It's so that you don't draw into Increase, or you have 1 Increase in the deck to begin with. So in case you do draw it, but by having more copies of a card, you increase the odds of drawing it. And you don't want that. You want to play 1 Increase. 1 Increase with 42 cards in the deck, with 6 of those ideally being hand traps. But yeah, I'm playing Honest Neos because Honest Neos is a very good card to add to your hand at the end of the turn, / after your opponent goes and you get to send Shadow Mist to grave because you special summon Shadow Mist before the end of your turn. So there's that. Yeah, I'm very happy with this list, and Heroes is my all-time favorite archetype. I'm looking, it is a rogue deck, which is unfortunate, and unfortunately, it's not going to win many games, but still, it has a special place in my heart. It's very easy for me to learn, and easy for me to digest and use, and that's important, too, because there are many decks these days that just shit out of field, where the combos are overcomplicated as hell, and you need to know when, and to expect when you get, Ashed, Drolled, Infinite Impermed, Nibiru'd, etc. You need to find a way to play around that. And unfortunately, Hero can't, but many decks can. so long as you have the right combo pieces anyway. And I do not have the brain capacity to learn those decks, because there are so many different variations of the combo that you could go with, that it's just very puzzling and confusing for me to learn. So, would I like to? Absolutely. Like, one of the decks I want to learn is Sky Striker, but that's neither here nor there. So, yeah. I'm very much looking forward to the new hero support for Master Duel to come, or for the new hero support to come into Master Duel, so I can play around with that. But I don't know if my list is going to change anytime soon. I genuinely don't think it will. Again, Blast and Nova Master are the only two heroes I could potentially see taking out of the list, but I don't know what I would include, really. And same thing for the main deck, aside from the 2 mask changes in Super Poly, what I would put in. Skullmeister is definitely going to be taken out in place of something else. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully, in the future, heroes don't get hit, more specifically Malicious. Because Malicious at 3 is what makes Link summoning possible. Really. And it's what makes Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer possible too. Ish. That's another reason why I love this deck. All of the 1-ofs aren't really Garnets, because Shadow Mist can still be special summoned from the hand. A Dusted Gold, you can just send him to grave to add Dark Calling. Liquid Soldier, very good card to have in the hand. Denier, very good card to have in the hand, especially if you fuse with Liquid Soldier, because you can pitch Denier from your hand. Like, Denier is the only real Garnet, I would say, but you can still discard him. You just have to add Liquid Soldier instead, and that's still very good. But yeah, Heroes is one of my favorite archetypes of all time. I don't play any of the other Destiny heroes, specifically the Destiny Hero Fusions or Fusion Destiny itself, because I don't like that it locks you into Dark only. If it were to lock you into Hero only, then it would be fine. But yeah, no. I'm very happy with this list. I love Heroes to death, and I cannot wait to go full anime in a future video playing with this deck. And you best believe I'm going to come up with my own fusion chants or link summon chants for some of these monsters. You best believe I'm going to do that, because I'm extra like that. So yeah, I've been Ryukishi, and I'll see you next time.